What is that even? Oh, we're live.
Right. Well, I mean,
Um,
this was something that you said you just wanted to impulsively do.
yeah,
So,
but I need to do it on a regular basis, like when I get books
uh-huh,
in and whatnot. And
right.
also, maybe it'll stop me from like sticking packages somewhere and then being like, man, I was supposed to get that book. And then I'm like, oh, I did get that book. Well,
Right.
why didn't I read it? Oh, because I never fucking opened it because I sat in a
Oh
corner.
no. Oh my, do you do that a lot?
I
Do you
do.
get like, are you kickstartled?
I, I get kickstartled frequently.
Right.
Okay,
Oh, where
so
it's like remember that show? Oh, this is wow, that no, that this is probably this actually shows my age. Back in the early days of HBO, they had a parody show called Not Necessarily the News.
oh my
And
god.
right, very long time ago. And they always and each episode had a segment um where it's called sniglets, where words that should be in the dictionary but aren't.
Oh gosh.
And it was like, and people would write in with their own words, and then they would choose like certain words to showcase on the sniglets um segment. And yeah, and it's like, and I think that Kickstartled
Hi
is
HR.
a hey sure that Kickstartled is, I think, the modern equivalent of a sniglet, where
I
it's
like
when
it.
you receive a package from Kickstarter but you don't remember what you bought
Right.
or when you
Right.
bought it. You just get the package from Kickstarter. So you're Kickstartled.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, like I'm not I know what these are, but
Right.
I have random ones somewhere. Like
Uh-huh.
golly, that I really don't. Like I opened one like just recently, a couple weeks ago.
Right.
That was actually a package we got while C. Michael was in the hospital. And what happened, that was
Wow,
like
that was a while ago.
yeah, that was a year ago this month. Um, I stuck it on the bookshelf and it kind of got behind the books. And so
Uh-huh.
like I'm digging and I'm like, ah, I forgot I got this.
Oh, wow. So wait a minute. So you have a package, you haven't opened
No,
up
no,
in a
no.
year?
I already opened it up. It was one that I worked on too. So I'm not even going to talk about it right now
Oh, okay.
because I sure as hell forgot. If any of you guys are tuning in and you have an active project and you are watching from Facebook, feel free to put that link in the comments. Um, and if you're on YouTube watching, you have a project out, you can put it in the comments and we'll see if we can decipher it and maybe I can link it. But it's much easier if you're going through Facebook because for some
Right.
reason StreamYard doesn't like links, or YouTube doesn't like links rather.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, because they automatically block links.
So this first package I have is
Uh-huh.
from William Russell, who does Psycho
Oh.
South,
Uh-huh.
and I'm trying to get this beautiful Gemini
This
mailer
weekend?
open. Hmm?
I mean, because yeah, because I remember that this weekend is C2E2.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on. I don't expect a bunch of people to like tune in today because they have,
Right.
let's see, the Heroic Awards going on, C2E2 is going on. There's a
Right.
Wisconsin convention, all kinds of stuff. Like
Uh-huh.
just it's a busy
Right.
week. Hello, Art
Right.
Victim. How are
Oh,
you?
hello. Yeah, well, we're kind of like lurking too. This was kind of like
Yeah, I don't.
impromptu,
Yeah,
you
it's just something
know.
I'm gonna
So
start doing to make sure that I
yeah,
show off the stuff I'm getting in and
right.
whatnot.
See, you see, and in the end, Nita's lucky that I'm almost surgically fused to my chair. So it's like she goes, "Oh, are you busy?" It's like, "Well, I'm here."
Well, it's like
Yeah,
I want to start getting more promo done, and a lot of
right,
our shows have taken. We've got a lot of draw streams and stuff, so it's kind of hard to do campaign crawls through that.
right,
It
yeah,
it was just something to where I get on here, people can jump in the comments whenever I'm live or whatever, share
uh
out
huh,
whatever projects, Patreons, Amazon, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, whatever
Right.
links they have.
Uh-huh.
Just,
Art Victim says, "Me too. I'm Neuralink to streams in my desk." I
yes,
know
yes.
that's the life, right? No, it's like after we're done here, I'm gonna have to take a walk because my legs are atrophying.
Oh no.
Yeah, but
Are you getting night cramps, Daphne?
no, actually, I don't. I feel better actually when I lie down. That's like that. That's like I get like that full stretch going. You know, it's like when I'm at my desk, I'm like this most of the time. That whole shrimping thing.
Oh my
You know
gosh. Yeah,
that.
shrimping.
Well, well. That's why I have like also like a footrest underneath
Sit
my
up like
desk
this.
too.
Yeah, I have
You
to too.
know.
Do your feet
Yeah.
touch the floor?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Mine don't.
I'm more comfortable when my feet touch the floor. Yeah. Right. It's okay. The weather over here, it looks like it's overcast right now, but at least it's not like cold.
So check this out.
Oh, what did you get? What did you
First,
get?
first little bonus prize right here.
Oh,
A
there
little
you go.
koozie.
Little koozie.
A little
Little
koozie.
koozie.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
This cover right here.
Okay. There you go.
And then
Uh-huh.
got this one too.
Oh, did he give you all of the are those all variants or different issues?
These are the same issue.
Right.
I ordered these. William
Right.
sent me a gift package with the first issues.
Oh, that's
And let me
nice.
tell you something. Yeah, it was really nice. Like it's basically the late 80s. There's a serial killer on the loose. Psycho Sal, of course. Oh, cool, a magnet. Check this out. Yeah, for
Right.
my board.
Actually, isn't Psycho Sal like up for a heroic award?
You know, I'm honestly not sure. There's so much that was up for the heroic awards that I kind of lost my attention.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, congratulations to you guys that win. Let us know.
Right.
But I couldn't keep up with everything. It was I had the attention span of a fucking gnat on crack sometimes.
Huh.
But it's like, okay, so Psycho Sal is a serial killer comic book set in like the late 80s New Orleans.
Mhm.
And the way Williams had it done is different people wrote the different perspectives. The only writer I can give credit to right now would be
Right.
Lori Calcatori did the perspective of the female detective. Someone
Okay.
else wrote the perspective from the male detective, and someone else is writing the killer, which I thought was kind of cool.
Oh, interesting. So it's
Got a
kind of like
sticker.
it's kind of like the comic has 3 POVs then.
Yes, and a
Right.
bookmark and a couple of pinups here.
Oh, very nice. Oh,
Very, very, very nice.
yeah. So how do you sort out? Because oh my god, I know that in the past you showed me this huge bag of like all the extras just from my campaigns. It's like so how do you keep all the extras, the Kickstarter extras, organized?
Okay, so the stickers end up on laptops or whatever. The magnets, however, which are like my favorite add-ons right now, always end up on the board.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
huge magnetic board that I keep my schedule on.
Right.
And the network times and the different show
Right.
airings and guest spots and whatever to try to keep it somewhat semi-professional is what we're calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really dig the magnets. Bookmarks, I sit right here and we grab them as we need them. Like, I really feel bad because unless it's a metal bookmark, it usually ends up used until it becomes trash. But I mean,
okay.
but at least they're serving their purpose.
Well, right, exactly. You know, that's what a bookmark's for.
Okay, and this one I'm not gonna unbox because I already unboxed it because it came from Lulu. But this is fucking epic. Okay, like
I have to get my copy.
Yes, The Complete Rabbit Man. I'm gonna be the only person who has this exact cover. This is Mike Sears' book. I'll put the Lulu link in the show notes later.
Right.
Look, check this out. The back, suggested for immature readers.
No, I swear that Rabbit Man is one of those books that took me completely by surprise.
It absolutely did, because I'm usually not the biggest fan of the underground style,
right?
When it comes to art. However, I fell in love with this
Yeah,
series.
because
Like,
the
I
first
mean,
time, yeah, because the first time I heard of it, right, he had contacted me for a commission. And from what little that I was able to see from Rabbit Man, I was like kind of like enamored with it. So I did like a quick little sketch of him, a sketch. You know, it's like, oh, I have this idea. It's like, do you have any, it's like, this was before like, because we were just talking back and forth. And I was like, well, just from what I've seen, I have this idea. Did you have anything specific? And he loved it so much. He asked me for it.
oh, nice.
And the thing is, though, is that it was Rabbit Man and Krampus, and it was like kind of like a riff on the whole Charlie Brown Christmas. And but what happened was that like in the middle of it, that he said that he had to like take back the commission because he goes, oh, my father's in the hospital, I can't do this right now.
Right.
I'll do it later. So, but the thing is, though, I was just so enamored with the character that I finished the piece and I just gave it to him. I go, look here, Merry Christmas. Even though technically it wasn't Christmas, it was just a Christmas themed image.
It's
And
great.
I go, Merry Christmas. And then afterwards, I read the entire thing. And what pissed me off is that had I had read the story beforehand, I had the perfect opportunity on that piece to put like, it's kind of okay. So Rabbit Man is kind of like if Charles Schultz did Berserk.
right.
And I don't know, kind of like Mad Max.
Yeah.
Mad Max and Walking Dead, I guess.
It's
like,
really its own thing. Like, I
right,
mean, just,
and he has a bellet in the story, and I go, oh, I missed my opportunity to put the bellet on the Christmas tree. But look, I mean, I am, it's like I just read the books. I just was because I was online. It was on his website, and I just like
right.
read straight. I think it took me 2 days to read straight through, and it's such a surreal, like it's very surrealist because it's just like the story just kind of goes where it goes. Like there's literally a story arc where they're working for the post office. Kind of like that. They're delivering packages.
Well, this one is the complete, and it's a
right.
hardcover. It's I mean, this is a quality freaking
Hey,
book.
William, we see you.
Definitely worth the $50.
Right.
It's issues 1 through 6.
Yeah.
Rabbit Man 2,
right,
which was never printed, and the last Rabbit Man.
Right. So yeah, I gotta pick up that copy. I gotta pick up my copy.
Yeah, but you won't get this cover.
Right. Oh yeah, you're all special.
Yeah,
you were in on it. You jumped in first.
I did.
What do they call those first adapters?
It was awesome. I was stoked because I'd been like when he released the Apathetic Mouse Man recently on Kickstarter. That one got my attention because I liked the panel he was sharing where he was contemplating being God.
Because as people do,
like you do. And so like I was just like, yeah. And then so I messaged him. I'm like, hey dude, how do I get the old Rabbit Man? Blah blah blah. And then I was like, you know what? Is there any chance there's going to be an omnibus? And he's like, funny you should mention that.
Aha!
And so it was like, boom, there it is. And so yeah, now I'm really happy to own it.
Yeah, I definitely got to pick up my copy though. I was surprised. Oh, yeah, that's right. So yeah, so it's not comic related, but it might. I guess you could loosely say that it's comic related because it's like
loosely comic related.
Loosely comic related. So,
that's a big box, Daphne.
Yeah, but honestly, I think it's one of those situations where the box is much larger than than what's actually inside. So luckily I was paying attention to one of the groups that I follow when this popped up, because when I went to buy it, it said that it was the last 3, right? The last 3 available. And so I just snagged it because
hit me with your pet shark.
Right. I just snagged it because I didn't want to go end up doing the same thing that I ended up doing with the Geralt that I have there, right? Because that's a Walmart exclusive um Funko Pop, Geralt on Roach, right? And it took me forever to get it affordably on eBay. Right. So at least this one, I was able to snag it for the actual retail price of $19. And then it's like it was an extra $10 for shipping and tax. So in the end, it's like, okay, so I paid like $30 for this, but at least I don't have to wait like 2 years for it to drop in price on
Right.
Amazon. And it's the Walmart exclusive. It's the Walmart exclusive She-Ra on Swiftwind. But it's not just a She-Ra in Swiftwind. It's the modern She-Ra, right? Not modern, but like 80s She-Ra.
Right.
80s She-Ra, right? But on the action figure Swiftwind. This is not Swiftwind as he appears in the show.
No, Swiftwind as he appeared is in our homes when we were kids.
Right, yeah. So because he's the pink with the yellow armor.
Nice.
Right? And this popped up on a Masters of the Universe group that I watch.
Nice.
And I immediately went to Walmart.com. Like I said, they had 3 left. So I paid $19 for it. Now, if you go to Walmart, because I guess now they have people like secondary sellers on there too. Now, since I bought it 2 days ago, now this $19 pop is now $30.
No, isn't it crazy how they jump
on
like that?
Walmart.
Wow.
Because now you have to get them from secondary from secondary sellers now.
Oh man.
So it's like, so now what cost me $30 now costs $50 once you add in shipping and tax. So let me open this up. Yeah, the Filmation. Yeah, I'm always partial. I'm very partial to the Filmation. I'm not going to hate on the new version because I am definitely not the audience for that anymore. Like I completely outgrew, I can't even watch the Filmation version.
Thanks for making me feel mature.
Because I couldn't honestly, I couldn't make it through like the first episode because it's like once they started talking about, okay, you have to train their dangerous princesses in the woods, and when they're in the simulator, right, and you have to hunt down all the dangerous princesses, and I literally at that moment I go, I am not the audience for this, and I just never watched it, right? But I do have the Barbie doll of the new She-Ra. So I have the Filmation She-Ra, a doll of the Filmation She-Ra, and I have the new She-Ra with the DreamWorks She-Ra. Right. Yes, the toy scalpers are out in force.
100%
on this one. Yeah. And that's very nice. Ooh. I think that these. Oh, look at that. Okay. Yeah. So here.
She's cute.
Yeah. Look at that. So this is. Oh, actually, no. Yeah. So it's the definitely the Filmation She-Ra, but it's the toy line Swiftwind.
Right.
Right. So yeah.
And how many toy versions of Swiftwind did they have? Do you remember the Crystal Swiftwind?
Yeah. No. Yeah. There was a whole bunch of they had. Well, back in the day, I had Swiftwind, Arrow. That's the blue one, right? That's Bo's horse. And then Catra had one. It was a silver one, but for the life of me, I don't remember what the silver one was called.
Oh my God.
So I felt very lucky to pick this up because, like I said, it took me probably about 2 years to finally get a hold of that Geralt and Roach pop.
Storm.
Storm. Oh, duh. Okay,
Duh.
yes, Storm. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm very happy with
Yeah, I would
with
be
my
too.
purchase
That's an
there.
awesome purchase.
It's very I think it's yeah, so yeah, because that's also something that I kind of would like to get into the room is into the office is those two She-Ra dolls. Like I said, I have the Filmation one and I have the DreamWorks one, because what I like about the DreamWorks one is that it references a lot Utena, revolutionary something Utena. I forgot the manga, the anime.
Right.
And it was just like I really vibed with the design. Like honestly, to this day, I still don't understand the hate that it got. But it's like, look, if you're not a 12-year-old girl, I don't know why a grown ass man has opinions on this. you know, um, but it's like I really did appreciate the design of the new She-Ra. So I have the both dolls, so and I like putting them together. So so what did you get? What did
I am. Oh, this is a package from your house.
Oh, from my house. Okay, so this is one of our
your house.
Kickstarters.
Yes.
Okay, one of our Kickstarters.
Yes.
Right. So one of them should be. Then it's like it should be Oswald. One should.
We're about to be Kickstarted.
Right. One
I'm not sure.
Ronan says he's still mad about the cancellation of the 2002 Masters of the Universe. I hear that the new one, the new He-Man's pretty good, especially that second season. All I know is that they really fed into my 12-year-old shipping of Adam and Telos. So they really ran with that. So it's like, oh, should I watch this?
So cute.
Oh yeah. So then there we go. So there's our Oswald.
And trading cards.
Always yeah. Oh, but so yeah. So what do you do with all the extras that you get?
The trading cards go in a bag, and then like I usually put together different comic book charity stuff with independent. Like one of them that I'm sending off for right now is Feed the Beast that John Bigness supports. I'll send.
Oh snap! I got to send that package out too. I was meaning to send a package out.
Got a Magi's Grace coaster.
To go with the koozie. To go with the
right.
And
an Oswald coaster.
Right. Oh, Ronan says the animation is good, but the story is that, well, it is Kevin Smith. That's why I wasn't that enthusiastic about watching it.
Oh my gosh, I hate that you can't really get the feel of the foil covers.
Oh yeah, no, you really,
this thing is actually gorgeous.
Yeah, and that's C's new cover.
Yes, it is. It
is. You're the first. Well, I mean, C did it, so that's why you're technically the first people to get those copies. And then there's the trade.
This is what, volume 4?
Volume 4, yes.
Yeah, volume 4.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah, no, Ronan, I really like the foil covers too. There, but like filming it and like it just doesn't do it justice.
In the trade,
right?
And the Virgin, because we love Virgin.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, these are nice. Now I got to figure out what to do with everything. I got to give these to see. We got some blank covers. I'm pretty sure they weren't intended for me to draw on.
Right.
I will.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's like because I'm not sure if like, I guess it's like I'm not sure if Jose like is going to talk to C about doing sketch covers or whether he just feels like doing it. So
right.
So
we'll give those to him. And make this stuff here because I am disorganized as all get out today. Isn't it weird how when you try to get your shit together, you got to make it worse first?
Well, yeah, of course. Right.
Like I all of a sudden today decided, okay, it's time to organize this shit again, and it is like straight up chaos right now. Let's see. There's a couple things I wanted to talk about. One
What?
is Wednesday night. Let me double check and see at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be
Right.
May 1st.
Right.
We'll be doing another Indie Comics movie night.
Mhm.
Michael Rees and Aaron Dowling will be joining C. Michael and Chad Perkins and myself, and we'll be watching Attack of the Giant Leeches
Oh my goodness.
because quality television or whatever.
Well, of course.
So we'll be doing that. Yeah, unquality. Like, so we're just like exploring the realm of public domain or domain,
Right.
and just like so we're doing that. Also, something I wanted to bring up is this coming Saturday, there will not be a Sketchy Saturday because it's Free Comic Book Day, and we're going to a local semi-con. They call it a con. It's about the size of a mall con.
Oh, okay. Right.
You looking forward to it? Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. Let's see. God, I can't even remember the name of it. Southeast Comic Convention or whatever. It's
Okay.
it's a hotel convention.
Right.
But it's a local thing, and I'm gonna go out and start meeting person too. So like whatever. So we're going to be doing that on the 4th. But when we return on May 11th, our first guest is going to be Art Victim. And that will be coming back at a new time. We're going to start streaming it at 12 p.m. instead of 9 or 10, whatever the fuck time we're doing it now. We're doing it. Doesn't matter anymore. I don't even need to remember. But we moved it to noon because we have a lot of people that have recently started talking to us and befriending us and whatnot that are on the West Coast. And it's a bit much to ask somebody to get up at 6, 7 in the morning to live stream.
That might be,
Could you please wipe the eye boogers out and go sit at your desk for 2 hours with us?
Right.
So. Hi, Nick.
Oh, hey, Nick.
So that'll be starting May 11th, 12 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully we'll be able to encourage some new faces and more artists to come on. That way it's not too terribly late for our guys across the pond. It's midday for us in the middle, and a little early for the guys on the West Coast, but not too early.
It's
not unreasonably early.
Right. Yeah, HR. Yeah, I don't actually really watch a lot of TV. Like, look, I'm just lucky I was just catching up on some episodes of Game of Thrones, and only because I based a scene on the Battle of the Bastards, so I was watching it to kind of kind of like drawing at the same time, taking some elements from it. And I just ended up just continuing watching episodes as I worked. And I figure I'm just going to go all the way to the long night and just leave it at that. But like anything else, I'm not, I don't really watch anything. I don't know. It's like,
it's not often that something will catch my attention either. Like I watched Game of Thrones. I am watching House of the Dragon, and I am watching the series From, which is fucking phenomenal. Like it really is. I hope they don't screw it up because it's one of those things. It's like, how does this end? How does this end where it's as good as it started? So I'm putting my faith in these people because I have now invested my time in it, and I don't like to do that often.
Right. Yeah. What is it? Jose's watching Fallout now. It's like I don't know anything. Yeah. It's like
I couldn't get into Fallout.
I mean, it's that's really not my thing at all. I mean, honestly, it's like Jose is the one that watches the TV, so like if he's watching TV. I can hear it, it's like, so I'm more, because it's like I'm just in the I'm in the office and the living room's not that far off. So it's like whatever he watches, I end up like listening to it. And and I kind of, am watching it through osmosis, but not really.
Right. Now I must say that the animation on Arcane is phenomenal. Like I watched at it, but I was in one of those modes where I couldn't invest in it because I
Right.
just didn't have the fucking time. And I have to do that. Like I have to, like, I'll poor Chris, he'll be like, come watch this with me. I'm like, I can't. I cannot get
Right.
started now because I just I don't have the time for it.
Right.
It's crazy.
Uh
Because
yeah, no,
then you
it's
get wrapped up in this show, then watch this one, then keep up with this one. And it's like, I can't sit in front of the TV. I can't.
right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, like another one is like Blue Eye Samurai that's getting a lot of hype, and it's like
Right.
I just don't have the patience for
I'm going to
it.
say something that's not, people are not going to like.
Oh no.
I tried to watch Blue Eye Samurai.
Oh, okay.
I did. And while I thought the story was going okay and I liked the dialogue and whatnot,
Right.
I did not care for the animation style.
Okay.
Yeah,
Why is
that's a
the
hot
one
take.
where they do like they put like they do like the 3D animation, they put a
Yeah.
2D base on it.
Yeah, I just didn't, I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't my jam. Which is,
Uh
I could totally see why people were getting into it, but it
right.
just wasn't for me. I think I made it
Right.
3 episodes. Yeah,
Mm,
and then there was another one recently that I started to get invested in because I really enjoyed the first episode, Ninja
right.
Kaiju, I think it was, or
Uh
no, I can't remember the
Oh,
name
that's
of
the
it.
one that you were saying that
The first episode was, oh look, see, I told you,
right,
I
yeah.
just
Well, look, it's
gotta be
like,
different.
yeah, it's not for us,
It just,
I
yeah,
mean,
it just wasn't my jam.
yeah.
But I could definitely see why people liked it.
Mhm.
But the ninja, whatever it was, like, okay, so it was, it started off, the first episode was really
Right.
good. It was like there
Uh-huh.
was character development. It was like, yeah, I'm feeling this, whatever. And then the second episode happened, and it was like, man, okay. And then it just became like crap dialogue between fight scenes, which, don't get me wrong, the fight scenes are epic. The animation is incredible,
But
but not
if
enough to warrant my
right,
time. Like,
right, yeah.
so that was another one that got dropped off the list.
Right.
No,
Rona's
it wasn't House of Ninjas. It was, oh my gosh, Ninja Kaimi.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it just, I wasn't feeling it.
Right. I don't know, like, yeah, it's like it's just like even with anime, because like I keep hearing also stuff about Delicious in Dungeon, I hear is like pretty interesting, but um again, it's like it's just very hard for me to keep any like real interest in a show.
Right.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's like because my brain is just so full of the work that I'm trying to finish that it's very hard for me to concentrate on a show. Like, hey Martha. Winds of Change style was very cutesy for the subject matter. It's like, yeah,
Hmm.
I'm not familiar with it.
I
Was
might
that
check that one out.
right? Um,
Brother's Son was good. Okay, so Brother's Son was good.
right,
Now I need to watch Warrior on Netflix since that was
right,
great. I can't. I don't like. I don't know. I can't sit through movies either. But that's another. That's a whole other
right.
ball game.
It
Like
depends, you know.
I can sit through movies at home. I don't do well in
Right.
theaters.
No, I mean, wow, it's yeah, it's like now it's like I only go to theaters for very specific movies. Like
Can't.
if we're definitely watching it at home, more likely than not, I'm getting up soon after we start watching it. Like I just can't, it's like, you know what, I got work to do.
Okay, so during
Like
the day, the reason why
uh-huh.
I don't like movies during the day is because
Right.
the sensory issues that are set off by walking out of a dark theater into the
Right.
sunlight are insane. Way to kill my day. But on top of
Huh.
that, I have this fucking phobia now because of some YouTube videos,
Oh, well.
and I am scared to death of what I'm going to bring home from the theater. I am terrified of bed bugs. Like,
Well,
I
I don't blame
never
you.
ever want to
I
have to
don't
deal with
blame you
that.
for that. I don't blame you for
and
that.
that's all I could like. I find myself not even being able to enjoy the movie, even if it's something I thought I wanted to go see, because,
Right.
because I'm just thinking about what's crawling on me right now.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I really don't blame you for that, you know?
it's yeah, I'm a wuss.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I am.
Yeah, no, Ronan, I think you don't have to worry about that. We don't have none of us have to worry about that.
Uh,
Yeah, no.
and that's
But
another thing. That amount of time, I'm going to have to use the bathroom.
right,
I've had 4 kids. I'm
right.
going to have to
Well,
pee.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I do not like public toilets. Like, fuck it.
right.
I'd rather piss in the woods than in a Walmart bathroom. I'm not even
Oh
kidding.
my God. Well, okay. Again, I can give you that one
Like,
too.
so yeah, there's
Uh-huh.
that. Of course, I'm a ninja now. Like, I climb up on a toilet seat like the best of them.
Oh my goodness.
Be like, no hands, Mom.
Whatever it takes, right? Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's like I only go to the theater for very specific movies. Like we went to see Dune 2 and then we went to see Kong X Godzilla,
I don't even
right? But
remember what the
like
last movie
anything
I saw
else,
was.
it's like no, I'm not going to sit through I'm not going to sit through a movie, you know. Yeah, and at home unless a movie like really grabs me, I usually don't hang around. You
Right.
know, I
I'm more
mean,
apt to watch them at home. But like the last one I can really remember,
uh-huh.
and this might have been the last one, was the first Hobbit, because like I had to see it. I just knew, it was gonna be like I love Lord of the Rings. They
Well,
fucking,
yeah, yeah.
and what is it, about 20 minutes in, when you see Peter Jackson look back at the camera and he gives you this like fuck you when he bites into that carrot. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
are we done here?
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
that's
interested in the dragon smag.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm done here. And we left.
right. Yeah,
Oh, no, no, no,
it's
no, 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 no. M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar. Talk of,
oh, okay.
oh my God.
Right.
And I can remember being so amped for that shit. Going to the theater, they did the opening credits, which I felt were kind of, it was like, okay, yeah, I can feel
Right.
this. And then ong, ong, ong. And it was like, okay, yeah, I'm done here too.
Right. I mean,
Like,
it's yeah.
he shit all over that series.
Well, I think that there are just some things you just have to accept the fact that there's only the original and that's
Right.
it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like I think that the way they keep trying to remake, and there just comes a point where it's like the original is right there, and it's like that's
Right.
just what it is, you
Well, I
know.
mean, no, because if like, okay, so we had the books for Lord of the Rings, right?
Uh-huh.
Which are phenomenal fucking books. Then we had Peter Jackson, or we had the what was it, Bashki's fucking Lord of the Rings,
Right, yeah.
which was, I mean,
I
not
mean,
as good
it
as The
is what it
Hobbit.
was. Well,
Yeah,
right. It's like not
it,
yeah, I much
it,
prefer the
it wasn't
Rankin
as,
and Bass.
it wasn't as good as the Rankin and Bass Hobbit.
Uh-huh.
Um, but then we had Peter Jackson's screen adaptation, which was just fucking great.
Like, yeah, it's like that yeah, that movie,
So
that series of movies
it
is as
does
perfect as
happen,
you're gonna get.
right? It does happen, but it did not happen with The Hobbit, and it did not
Right.
happen with that Avatar.
Yeah.
Oh
But it
God,
just seems like but it just seems like Avatar in particular, where it's like
he wiped
it's
his
not
ass
gonna
with that.
happen. It's not gonna
Mm, no,
happen. And mind you, this is coming from somebody I have
Jim.
oh, right. Yeah, no, no, yeah, you don't wanna
Did you see? Did you watch any of the remake?
no, no.
Oh
There's
God,
no reason for me to. There's no, it's like why do I need to watch Grease? I barely remember Grease 2.
I barely
right?
remember Grease, but I do remember Jim and the Holograms.
Right. No, Grease was very, I mean, because Grease is one of those movies that it's like, yeah, we had the album and everything, and only like much, much later, did I realize, like how absolutely like obscene a lot of the lyrics are
Ah,
for the music, you know? And I think it was the moment that I realized that the pussy wagon in Kill Bill
uh,
was an actual homage to Grease. Because it's like that's one of the, and then that's when I realized how dirty the lyrics were to Grease Lightning.
right?
It's a real pussy wagon. When you're 12 and watching that shit, you don't know what the fuck that means.
Oh, they're gonna get some cats.
you know but then it's like there was one time I was just watching Kill Bill, randomly, and then it's like the pussy wagon, and I go, wait a minute. It's a real pussy wagon. you know oh yeah, Martha, yeah, with the gem, I never even bothered. Once they made it just like a regular, it's one of those things where it's like they just want to take advantage, the studio just wants to take advantage of the nostalgia,
Nostalgia,
the
yeah.
trademark, but they don't want to actually make what the original was. And it's like, yeah, it's like, what do you mean synergy's not in it?
Uh,
What do you mean? It's like they're not, I mean, technically it's just Hannah Montana, but with
but different.
technology. You know, I mean, if you really think about it,
I was excited for that one though when
you
I first
know.
heard, and then the casting, I was like,
But then it's like
ah,
they
and then
just
it came
turn
out,
it
and it was like,
into like some kind of, oh, it's a girl band. It's tween Spice Girl movie.
or when they tried to fucking live action the Powerpuff Girls. I'm so glad that got the hatchet.
It's like, yeah, it's, yeah, I don't understand. Now I do understand. It's like just studio did it because what it is look, they're just studios. This is what happens when bean counters run everything and they just see everything as just numbers to aggregate.
Uh-huh. And now they're trying to touch my baby,
Which one?
the Max.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'm like, I don't care. I don't even want to see. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're just hating and blah
right.
blah
These
blah.
are the same people who, the second they see the first goddamn 30 seconds of a trailer, they're doing 4-hour dissertations on
Right.
YouTube as to why it's all bad.
I mean, if I thought for a moment they would get it right,
Uh-huh.
I could totally be into that.
Right.
But I don't.
That's why whenever somebody says like, "Oh, I wish they would do a remake," and I go, "No, you don't.
No, no.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Stick to fan fiction."
Exactly.
It's like real. Yeah, Martha. I remember seeing Grease in school too. It's
Yeah.
very strange. Look, it's like, look, the 80s were very strange. It was a very strange time. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, you know. And the thing is though, is that there's a ceiling to all of this nostalgia, right? Because it's
Right.
like it's like a tweet that I said. It's like there's going to come a point where they're going to hit that wall to all where all the kids grew up on YouTube,
Yeah. And what happens then?
right? It's like it's like
Jackass to the
yeah,
extreme.
not even. It's like, where's the Mr. Beast movie? You know,
Oh
I mean,
gosh.
it's like,
Hey,
it's,
Michael.
hey, it's like, yeah, it's like where it's like that's why it's like, especially the more they try to force these remakes, the more they just keep falling flat. Like it's just happening faster. You know, it's because they're beginning to hit that nostalgia wall where it's
Right.
like you're trying to throw nostalgia at kids who don't understand what you're throwing at them.
Right.
We want to make Ghostbusters for the new generation. But you guys don't even understand what made the first one work.
Hmm.
I mean, it was just a stupid comedy. Ghost, the original Ghost. Yeah, exactly. That's what they want to see. It's like, the original Ghostbusters was just a comedy put together by the former cast members of Saturday Night Live, right?
Right.
With a fucking ghost blowjob scene in it. Like, that's how absurd it was, right? But it's like, no, they have to make it. No. The movies have to be serious and this, that, and the other thing. It's like, no. And it's like, I don't know. It's a whole bunch. I have a whole bunch of problems with these, with these remakes. So they don't make any sense to me. Because it's like, okay, it's one thing. It's like the thing with She-Ra, right? Going back to, you have the Filmation She-Ra, and then you have the new the DreamWorks She-Ra, right? Where it's like people who were fans of the Filmation one completely lost their goddamn minds, right? Over the new She-Ra, and I'm like going, why? You're a 40-year-old man. This is a show for 13-year-old girls. Why do you have an opinion on this, right? Let people let these kids grow up with their own nostalgia, right?
Right.
But no, they want their kids to see the same thing that they did, and it's like me and Jose was talking to me about, like the question about why kids right, and here's the thing too. Sometimes having that sense of humor requires you to kind of be a certain way that I guess people don't appreciate now, or at least they're kind of, I hate to say people are sensitive.
People are sensitive.
But people are fun. But yeah, but they're like, they say, oh, you couldn't make that movie now. You couldn't make that movie now. And it's like, well, technically you could. It just depends on what part of the audience you need to ignore. If you want to kind of put it like that, because it's like a ghost blowjob scene, it's like, you're going to get people not understanding,
right?
But what was I saying? Yeah, nostalgia. It's like, on one hand, you have this very loud audience that doesn't want a previous generation to have their own nostalgia, because it's different from their nostalgia, right? It's kind of like how, I think the only franchise that has been able to survive this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
It's like every 5 years there's a new iteration of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So what happens? Every goddamn kid knows what the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are, because they have their own version of it. Right? And everything else, though, they were trying to do the same thing with Avatar, but the problem is that they're trying to push the same different nostalgia on the same people who like the original.
Right.
And that's not how that works, because the people who like the original, they want to see an exact replica of the original. But what you're trying to do is, so it doesn't work. And like I said, they're going to get to the point where they're going to hit that wall of, where's the Markiplier movie, right? No. Where's the Mr. Beast movie?
Oh my God, where's the Skippy Toilet movie?
Right? Oh my God. It's like, where's the, Jeffree Star documentary, or whatever, whoever the fuck is hot now. I don't know what the kids are watching now, or it's like, whoever the TikTok things are going on, TikTok the movie, I mean, it's like, what happens? What happens when you hit that wall? Because these kids don't have the same nostalgia as we do. They're literally, and it's funny, it's the same companies that ruined it. You know, because it's like they've trained these kids to see things in only 30-second increments.
Right.
So, so there is nothing. So it's like they have 30-second stars, literally.
But they're also finding that the kids are not, like, this was good in the beginning, but they're also finding that it's not as entertaining to them as they once thought. And
Right.
and that's why they're redirecting. Now you're going to notice Mr. Beast and stuff. They're starting to make more long form content again.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, because it's tiresome. I mean, it's like, no, people want,
Because now, because it happened so much, they give you so much so fast that all people could do, nobody had time to be creative and think about what they were doing next. All they could do was fucking recycle the same garbage. That's why you can go on TikTok and you'll just see 100 streamers on one TikTok just doing this.
Right. Yeah. No, I hate that.
All they can fucking do.
Yeah, for 30 seconds. Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. Ronan. Okay, so Nicholas says we are in the weirdest mix of openness and puritanical ideas. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. And then Ronan says the art of animation has gone downhill and the stories are just lifetime garbage aimed for kids, which is horrible. Yeah. It's like, look, from what I've I mean, because also
it was a conspiracy theory to make them like the AIs.
No, don't at this moment I'll believe any of that. It's all possible. It's all plausible.
I'm telling you.
Look,
if we draw like shit and show them this spectacular computer generated
it's the,
shit,
it's what John Scalzi talks about is the enshittification of everything. Where it's like, like I was just watching a video before we went on where this guy was talking about, it was a fashion, it was so he was talking about like really, really expensive clothing that he had bought. Right. And he took on the challenge to wear the most expensive outfit that he had, which I think all the pieces put together, I don't know, came out to like $70,000 or something. Right. Like the jeans he was wearing was like $500, right?
Wow.
But when he went to put his cell phone in the pocket ripped.
Oh, geez.
And he said the same thing was happening to the other pocket. A pair of $500 jeans. And it's like, and that's part of the enshittification of everything, where it's like companies have now switched over from pleasing the customer to pleasing the shareholders. So now the shareholders are their customers. So where does that leave the customer? Easy. It's like we try to figure out what's the lowest possible bar we can make everybody get used to while still charging the same amount, if not more money, and then creating more value to the shareholders. Right? So that's how you end up with a $500 pair of jeans that cannot hold a cell phone.
But they've got that fucking name brand on them.
Because in the end, it's like, well, no, you're not the person. They don't give a shit that your pockets can't hold a rock in it because the seams came apart. The fact that you bought that same pair of jeans for $500 that they probably made for less than 10 and transferred that difference to their shareholders, that's what counts. And I think it's the same thing with media as well. And that's where AI comes in. It's about the enshittification of culture. It's like, how much garbage can we create to lower everyone's standards down to a point where we can just throw whatever slop at them, they'll be happy, but we're making more money because of it.
Right.
Because we're not putting that effort into that product anymore. Because in the end, the product is not the end game anymore. A happy customer is not the end game anymore. It's shareholder value. And that's why we're seeing just everything, the quality of everything, the quality of our media, the quality of our clothing, the quality of our clothes, the quality of our houses, the quality of our food, all just I mean,
decline,
just completely declining.
To where we can watch
Because
this gray mush and love it, where we can read this
right,
gray mush and love it, where we can eat this gray mush and love it. They're
right.
preparing us for
Well,
this.
right. But the thing is, though, is yeah. So it's like, it's and I really do think that's what's happening. That it's like, and that there's the big push for AI to get people used to a lower quality of. Oh, let's see. The thing is, alphas value stuff like hair and armor, CGI textures. Millennials don't care. Gen X and earlier are used to minimal animation with complex art. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, look, the jump that happened from filmation to discover, like, I'm
Uh,
watching Shira, right? The moment that I realized things were possible, right, is I'm watching Shira, right? And then all of a sudden, I start seeing glimpses in my periphery, something called Bubblegum Crisis,
uh,
something called Ixer One. You're looking at filmation and then you're looking at Bubblegum Crisis, and I go, what is this? And the Japanese, they had this idea back then that the reason why American animation was so the way it was, right, was because they were so focused on synchronization of the lips that they needed the rest of the design to be simple so that they could put all the effort in the lips. While with anime, they did the opposite. They go,
right.
you don't need to sync, you don't need to lip sync. So if you're not spending time lip syncing, you free up the animator time to do all this insane artwork, this
Right.
insane animation, right? And now it just seems like we're kind of like regressing where it both sucks, you know? So, and the thing is too is that there is a difference between a story, especially when you're dealing with media for children. There is a difference between creating something for children and making something childish. And I
Absolutely.
think that now there's this problem where they're confusing childish things with being for children. And
Right.
what happened is that that's why actual children are moving to YouTube, are moving to manga. It's like that they don't have like their sense of
They don't want to be
they
force fed this baby shit.
right. Where it's like, well, if you're not going to give us something we're interested in, we're going to find it on our own, if not create it themselves.
Right.
And the most dangerous thing a person can do to any of these media companies is learn how to entertain yourself.
Hmm.
And that's real, and that's the thing that they're, I think, like beginning to bump into, where it's like, how do you entertain people? How do you force feed our product to people who don't need it and
Mm.
who are actively saying we don't need it? Right?
Right.
It's like, yeah, that was the ironic thing, Ronan. It's like the shit that we grew up on were all commercials, And the even
They
more
really
ironic
were.
thing about it, the even more ironic thing about it, that it was actually a lawsuit by Sesame Street to I think it was the FCC that allowed that to happen.
Yep.
Because Sesame Street, the Sesame, what was it? I forgot what they were called. The company, the
Children's
actual
television.
product, yeah, the children's
Children's television
television
workshop. Yep.
workshop.
Yep.
They sued to be able to sell merchandise of Sesame Street characters so that they could raise money to make more episodes.
Yep.
And because of that, that's how we ended up with with the glory days of 80s television, with everything being a commercial. But at the same time, they had the censorship group that was kind of running everything at the time, where, you know, that's how you end up with, oh, knowing's half the battle, and what moral did you learn today?
The more
And it's
you
like, and how, right, the more you know, and how every, like, yeah, these were commercials, but because they were knowingly commercials, there was literally a group that was censoring or at least controlling how that content was created, you know, because like, oh, technically these have to be educational, right? So it's like, yeah, interactions like this is what people love and are looking for. They need people who aren't actors, right? Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like there, yeah, it's like, how do you do, you know, the Rage into the Vlogs movie, you know? I mean, you
Ah,
don't, right?
no, you
You
don't.
know, Martha says shittification is anti-generational wealth because things don't last to be passed down. Yeah, exactly. So you're literally trying to create nostalgia over things that aren't meant to last one wash.
Hmm.
You know? I
It's
mean,
all disposable.
right, it's all disposable, but oh my goodness, it's been an hour. I thought this was gonna take no more than like 15 minutes
Well,
or
I mean,
something.
whatever. It's like what it is. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, because
Oh
it's
my
like,
gosh.
yeah, because I mean, it's like I really do have to get up and walk though. So
All right.
at
You
least
ready to get out of
at least
here?
I'm ready. How about you?
Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
leave them
look,
with
it's
my
like this isn't a
favorite
regular
clip.
show. We just did this. We just did
Yeah,
this.
this is just gonna be
Right.
my random stream. Sometimes
Yeah.
Daphne will be with me, sometimes she won't.
Right. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll have somebody else, sometimes I won't. It's just a
Right.
thing to get on here to talk
Right.
about some of the shit we got in and just a
Uh-huh.
random stream of consciousness for a little bit and
Yeah.
whatever. So,
Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining us. Oh wow, look, oh, we have eyeball people. I wasn't even paying
yeah,
attention.
they've been here.
Well, hello, eyeball people. But thank you everybody in the chat for joining us. This was so just you know what? This is random. So thank you so much for being here. I guess whenever we show up again, we'll show up again. However, so take it away, Nita.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.